this chief, the one that I had to bring a different beret for, and the one that I had to constantly make sure my boots were polished for, that one was the same one that I got sent to anger management for because I told him that he was a fuckhead and he would be dead and gone before he would get any of the cabinets that I had. I had done my on-the-job training. I had gone to my actual unit, and the Army, in its infinite wisdom, had decided to send me to a forward support company. The way a forward support company worked is now, instead of having all this expertise that you can pull from a whole shop filled with mechanics or a whole shop filled with armors, you now have one armor. Private First Class Zach.
You were in charge of everything.
Who has spent 3 weeks as on-the-job training. I had no idea how to fill out the correct forms. I knew how to fix guns. I didn't know how to fill out forms. I didn't know how to get things. I didn't know what kind of parts I was going to need to order.
Okay.
And they basically went, figure it out. So when I got to the company that I was in, immediately there are unit armors coming to me and saying, I need this fixed, I need this fixed, I need this fixed. I have 24 M4s that need to be gauged. I have all these things that are broken, and I need this fixed. And I'm like, cool, I don't have any parts, I don't have any gauges, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm inside this brick building. I had to go through every manual for every weapon that was used by the 6 infantry companies I'm supposed to support. I came up with this massive, and it took me months. I came up with a massive list of parts that I was going to need in quantities of things. I ordered all those parts, and then the parts got to me in cardboard boxes and plastic envelopes. I didn't go to college.
Yes,
I went into the military. So I have no idea how to organize a whole part system. Anytime someone's like, oh, Zach's so dumb, I'm just like, you have no idea the amount of fucking work I have. That's one of the reasons I'm so lazy now, is because I put everything into doing this stuff while I was in the military. It's one of the reasons I started smoking and having really bad anxiety attacks. I don't have PTSD from being in Iraq. I have PTSD from being at Fort Polk and having to run a forward support company by myself. In any other unit, the job I was in would have been a warrant officer position. I was an E3. I was like,
I don't know. I guess I can fix these guns for you, but I mean, really, you're supposed to do this paperwork.
And then eventually it got to a point where I was just big, bad, angry Zach, where I was just like, no, you can go fuck yourself, Sergeant. I'm not fixing any of your shit because you don't have the fucking paperwork. I got all these parts ordered. They sent a bunch of the wrong ones. I got so frustrated with having to dig through these cardboard boxes. I'm like, fine, I need cabinets. I ordered these cabinets. Cabinets get sent to the wrong company. Cool, all right, well, I have to go get these cabinets now. So I go to sign on a 5-ton truck so that I can go pick up these cabinets.
All right.
There's no 5 tons available. What do you mean there's no 5 tons available? There's like 25 tons sitting out there. Nope, we don't have a single one that you can drive. Besides, do you even have a permit to drive that? Of course I do. My shop is on the back of one. Why don't you just use the truck that your shop is on? I can't do that because the shop weighs 7.5 tons and the cabinets don't fit in the door of the shop that's on the back of the truck. Well, we don't have any trucks for you to use. Fine. So I walk a mile down to Bravo. They have a truck.
Hooray!
Thank you. Thank you for being nicer to me than my own company will. I find someone with a forklift to pick up the cabinets and put them in the bed of the truck. I drive the truck back to my motor pool. We don't have a forklift. Now the cabinets have to come off the truck. I had to get like 20 people to help me pick up these cabinets and put them on the ground outside of my shop.
Jeez.
Now I have to figure out how to get them in my shop. They don't fit in the door.
No!
Well, actually, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. They fit in the door, but only if I take all the drawers out.
Okay.
To lighten them up somewhat.
That's better anyway, because you're going to move the cabinet anyway. Why not take out the drawers?
Take out all the drawers, get the cabinets put in my shop. They got nice little drawers in them, and I can put little things. If I needed a part, I could look at the list that I had made on my own personal computer, on Excel, on the massive 300-plus page document that listed what the NSN for the part was, what the name for the part was, how many of them I had, and what drawer and slot they were in. This is great. I finally have organization for all my parts.
It only took you 4 weeks to get this set up.
2 months. And then probably another 3 weeks after that, getting all the parts put into all the bins and organized by like size and what weapon system they go to. Top drawers for M9 parts. Second drawers for M4 parts. Next drawers for M4 parts. Drawer after that is M16 and 249 parts. I finally have my full bench stock list on a computer. Everything is available. Someone can come in and say, hey, the spring broke for my M16. And before they're finished with the sentence, I can say, excellent, I have 6 of them. Here is your part. Sign here, here, and here. Can't even tell you how happy I was with the setup. And then Chief came into my shop and looked lustfully at my cabinets. And his heart, yea, it was filled with avarice.
Avarice?
Greed. Hey, Hathby, those nice cabinets. Yes, they are, Chief. It took me a long time to get them. I remember I put the order in.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to finally get these in here. Those are really nice cabinets, Hathby. I think I'm going to need them. No, Chief, I just ordered these cabinets. I need them. I have all my parts in them. Hathby, I'm going to need them cabinets to put Humvee parts in. Humvee parts aren't going to fit in there. So it ended up devolving into, from a conversation of, no, Chief, you cannot have these cabinets. I just ordered these. I need them. Into, Chief, you can go fuck yourself, and I'm gonna punch you in the goddamn face if you don't get the fuck out of my shop.
I feel like there might be some fallout from
And he
that.
said, we'll see about that high speed, and walked out. At which point, I grabbed the pencil mount for a 50 caliber machine gun and threw it through a metal wall locker.
Did anybody see you do this violent act?
Yes. My squad leader came to talk to me, and he said, you should not have done what you just did. And I said, oh, gee, no shit, you fucking think? I had to go talk to the company commander. I got chewed out. When I came back, my cabinets were gone and all my parts were on the floor in cardboard boxes.
Of course,
So
yeah.
I had to order more cabinets. As it turns out, what happened was better than I ever could have imagined. They sent me to anger management. I got to anger management, and sitting in anger management is a staff sergeant, a captain, a lieutenant, a warrant officer, a major, a staff sergeant, a
All
staff
very
sergeant,
high-
a staff sergeant.
These are all very high-ranking members.
These are all people who are much higher ranking than me. And then E4 Zach. So everyone has to talk about why they were there, and it's, well, my name's Sergeant so-and-so, and I punched one of my soldiers in the face because he wouldn't stop mouthing off to me. Seems reasonable to me. They get to me, and I said, my name is E4 Zach. I'm here because I told my chief warrant officer to go fuck himself, and that I thought he was a massive piece of shit. Why is there an E4 in here? While I'm in anger management, someone from my company calls me and asks why I'm not in my shop fixing weapons. And at which point I didn't even reply, I just snapped my phone in half. In anger management. This is why I'm here. And I just remember several of these other officers just looking at me like, I understand. I ended up going to anger management for like 4 or 5 months.
When you started off this story, I figured there'd be a happy ending.
Well, on the plus side though, when I would go to anger management, we would do relaxation techniques and I would get to fall asleep. So sometimes anger management just meant nap time.
Oh boy! I'm glad this story had a happy ending after all.